Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a video that I've kind of been planning, and it is books I'm gonna read in 2025, or at least try to read. Some of these books I may have started but never really gotten anywhere into. So let's just get into it. Obviously these are just my physical TBR. There's plenty of library books that I plan to read this year. But this is just the books that I have with me. It's kind of a heavy pile, but let's see if I can get... Okay. There you go. That was a little teaser. So the first one, I'll just go from this stack, is The Secret History. I told you guys about this copy. I'm obsessed with this copy of The Secret History. Like, it opens up into this. How cool. I did start this book a while ago, but I never really got more than like 40 pages in. So yeah, this is definitely a book for next year. I'm not gonna try to finish this book this year. I don't have it in me. But yeah, that's for next year, maybe in January. It's definitely something I would want to read in the summertime. These, however, I don't know too much about, but these are 3 Murakami books. Haruki Murakami, excuse me. And I got these at the little free library. So there's South of the Border, West of the Sun. I love how they're all like the same printing. Dance, Dance, Dance. And A Wild Sheep Chase. I started reading South of the Border, West of the Sun. Again, I only got a couple pages in, but I'm kind of more interested now in this A Wild Sheep Chase because I just love the cover. So, I think this author is Japanese, and I'm actually going to Japan next year. So, which I'm so excited for. I cannot even tell you guys. Japan is like my dream. This trip affirms in me that dreams do, in fact, come true. Sometimes. So, yeah, that was just like a little tidbit. I'm going to Japan. So maybe I will read these before I go, or maybe take some with me. Maybe I'll just take one with me. I don't want to take too many books because I plan on shopping when I'm there, and I don't want to weigh myself down, but it is like an 11 or 12-hour flight, which I don't like to think about that. So we'll see what I'm gonna do. I definitely plan on bringing multiple books, but I don't want to just bring a bunch of books just because, like, oh, this is a Japanese author and I'm going to Japan. Like, I want to think really thoughtfully about what books I'm going to bring. In terms of like what will entertain me on the flight, you know what I mean? Okay, so those are those. I don't know anything about those books, but I plan to read them and I'm excited. The next one is something I had also started, My Last Sigh by Louis Buñuel. The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie. He is an interesting, he wrote this himself, the autobiography. He's actually a really good writer. I mean, that's not really surprising, but I'm excited to finish this next year. I could finish this year, but I already have my books planned out for this year. I don't know. I'm not very like strict upon like what I read when. So I don't know. I might end up actually finishing this book this year. We'll see. The next two books are not mine. They're my boyfriend's. These are two Ernest Hemingway books. A Farewell to Arms and For Whom the Bell Tolls. I don't know anything about either of these books. I really don't know anything about Hemingway. I mean, I know I watched like a Ken Burns-ish documentary on him a while ago, but I don't know anything about his writing, except for I know people like Didion were heavily inspired by his writing. So it's a good thing to like see the writers that you're inspired by, who they're inspired by, and like read up on that. So that's kind of what I'm doing with these. We'll see how far I get. They're kind of heavy. This one's specifically, let's see how many pages. 471. Okay. So not small. But that's cool. Speaking of, I have my big Joan Didion collected nonfiction. At the moment, I'm working through the White Album. And so I don't know if I will get it done. And I probably will get it done this month. It's not that many pages. But I'm going to work my way through the rest of this book next year. Let's see which ones I have. So we have Slouching Towards Bethlehem. I've read pretty much most of that book. I don't know where my copy is, but I would rather read from the copy that I was reading from to finish that book. The White Album, that's the one I'm working on. Salvador and Miami, I have both of those books as well, but I never finished either of them. It was hard to follow along, honestly, both of those books. After Henry, I've never heard of, so I'm definitely going to check that one out. Political fictions and Where I Was From as well. I've never read those, so I'm going to see what I will end up reading from this book. And yeah, this was actually a Christmas gift from a couple years ago. It's hard to read from because it's so big, but it's something that you can just sit down on the table and like, you know what I mean? Okay, another big book, Theft by Finding. I kind of started this, but not really. It's really literally just journal entries from David Sedaris, but it's probably, once you get into it, really easy to read because everything's so short. I could probably finish this in like a day or two. It is a pretty big book. Maybe like 2 or 3 days I could finish this book. And it goes from 1977 to 2002. Okay, that's all the physical TBR I have. Well, not really, but all the ones I'm interested in reading. And I hope that this was somewhat interesting of a video. I doubt it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I love the photos in this book, though, I will say. Like, look how beautiful. I just love a book that has photos in it. Like, not a photo book. I do love a photo book, but like a book that has like a little section of photos. It just fills me with glee. Okay, that was the end of that video. I hope you enjoyed and watched the whole thing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, I'm planning on filming a cover. So that's fun. Okay, bye.